in plants, so that the medium is then telling you about your granny. But anybody on the other side, everybody on the other side knows what's going on. They're not going to be giving you, it's just so wonderful over here. Nobody would.
Now let's talk about the reptilian history with Earth humans. You say the reptilian race from Orion has been here for thousands of years and maybe longer, at first presenting themselves as the gods and then using their technology and genetic know-how to manipulate the human race for their own ends. That, it seems, involves using the human being as a food source, an energy source, a plaything, a slave, and a marketable item. So initially you say that, as well, you mentioned the reptilians are physical beings and do have physical bodies, but these, it appears, are kept in a storage place once they arrive here, while they encase themselves in a physical human form to operate behind the scenes. They have mastery over the fourth dimension, which for us is the world of dreams and astral travel. This is everything that we've been taught it's not.
Right. Yeah. They come here. Now, Roger was the one who, because he's had so many encounters with them, watched them deplane. He watched them get off. He was taken astrally to, actually he was, I don't know if it was astral, but he said that he saw them coming in from the homeworld, that they would have on these sort of, almost like latex costume faces, and they would use these while they're in transport, I guess not to get anybody's attention. They have physical bodies, which they may keep on when they're underground or in these bases, because people have said they've seen reptilians. That's when they're in the physical. But they found that if they can take off, get out, step out of their physical body, step into a human physical body, they can operate here behind the scenes, controlling and manipulating without any problem. So that's really how they do it.
You said also that the reptilians found the planet in the Sirius system.
Yes.
What do you know about that?
All I know is that I've heard this about 5 times, that there was an inhabited planet in the Sirius system, and there are Sirians here who are also in this fight. But they said that is fouled and uninhabitable. That the aliens or the owl fouled that planet.
Do you think there's a possibility that the metaphor, the wolf, relates to Sirius, the dog star?
I know you mentioned that. I don't know. I never thought about it. I just always thought that it was having to do with them.
Reptilians, okay. Now you talk about the Owl's Opera. What is the Owl's Opera?
The Owl's Opera is this great theater that we have going on out here.
And it initially occurred because there was an invasion by a very advanced race from Orion, that being the reptilians?
Yeah.
How long ago did that happen?
I don't really know how many thousands of years. They've been here for a long time.
And what was Earth like before they showed up?
It was supposedly, I've heard, it was beautiful. It was, one woman called it my Eden. You took away my Eden. We, as a species, the human race, was evolving on this beautiful planet just wonderfully, but naive enough to when these gods came, so-called, and they wowed everybody with their technologies, and then they started this whole thing. So, every culture has its gods and goddesses, the Greek gods and all these different Sumerians, and I think, but it was after the last passing of the planet X with the great flood stories that are all over, that's when they decided not to come back in their own, or in a physical form. That was when the decision was made to come and be cloaked within human beings, so that, because all of a sudden there are no gods. Now all of a sudden we're sort of left on our own, but we're not. That's when they decided to use the cloaking of humans.
So have the reptilians been involved in the Lemurian or the quiet invasion of Atlantis?
I don't really know that. I can't seem to get much information about Lemuria or Atlantis. For some reason, I just can't seem to get that.
Now, what do you think about the paradigm on planet Earth of slaughtering animals for food? Where does that come from? Is that a reptilian philosophy?
I think so, but it just doesn't seem right, because